Why, hello there. Welcome to the dark side of the internet once again. Oh my lord, what is going on? Honestly, I gotta say, I feel like things are going down a dark turn here. So, we are here again to talk about the game industry once more time. So last time we talked about some of the game industry, we were talking about Sony fucking shutting down Bluepoint after they've done basically literally fucking nothing after they bought them, and Microsoft nuking their team to bring in somebody who has an AI background. Things aren't looking good, and things aren't looking any better now. Today's subjective topic, mind you, today's subjective topic is about pricing. So, for those of the Sony platform, I got the notes here. Sony just increased their console prices, as everyone has done multiple times over the last few years. Now, if you're like me and you've been in the console industry for like a really long time, you're probably like, what the fuck is going on? Because as time goes on, shit gets cheaper. What the fuck is everything getting more expensive as it's getting older? The Xbox Series costs more, and it's old as fuck, and it's the losing console. But anyway, so Sony has increased the disc model from $549 to $649. The discless model from $499 to $599. Then the Pro is going up from $749 to $899. $899! $900! Now, I mean, to be fair, that's the Pro version, but the concept of a console costing almost $1,000 fucking dollars is getting point blank ridiculous. And then, if you happen to actually care about the worthless thing, the Portal handheld that literally can only stream shit is going from $199 to $249. Who gives a crap really about it anyway? Anyway, on to real shit. Things are ridiculously too much. What the fuck is going on? Look, I have a lot of expendable money. I buy a lot of games. If you ever look at my collection, or happen to go through my fucking list of all the fucking shit I try to keep updated and I own, you can see I own a lot of physical shit. So, it should mean something when I say this is fucking insane. Because right now, journalists and analysts and everything are talking about the next generation costing $1,000 fucking dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, the game industry as it exists is not going to exist at that. And it's not even that hard to understand. It's not. For fucking generations, since like the PS3 generation, console AAA marketing has been a fucking slop fest of pissing away money. It has not gotten any better. And now you want to do almost $1,000 consoles? Like, the idea, okay, wait, that's speculation. That's not official confirmation shit. But I mean, the Pro is already getting closer though. And, like, there's two, like, looking at this from my perspective, there's two ways the industry can go right now. Everyone can hunker down with what they have now, because the PS3 and 360 generation was one of the longest console generations we ever had. And they hunkered down on those for a very, 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 very long time. And, you know, the PS5 is a pretty good console. Has a lot of good stuff in it. Of course, It doesn't help that they got rid of everything that fucking identified the fucking brand. But that's a different subject now. Point is, they have the hardware, so they could strategically just stay with the PS5 until hopefully things settle down. Because the way I see it is this can't work as the AAA market works right now. They burn and piss away too much money, and there's no fucking way this can work. Why? Because they're always fucking saying they need those pre-orders, those sales. Not enough of you bastards bought our fucking game. Because shit like Call of Duty and shit need normies. Okay, look. There are people like me who buy and support lots of niche and cool and fun and totally awesome ideas and stuff. But let's be real. If you want to be a huge success, like ginormous, you need normies. You need the average day fucking non-weeb dork dweeb. And the problem there, that's not an easy crowd to get. Look at the fucking Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii with a fucking lightning in a bottle for that. And what happened with the Wii U? They weren't able to do that. And Nintendo had to fucking strategize. Because they couldn't rely on the normies anymore. Because they didn't either they didn't understand the Wii U, or they were confused and shit. I don't know. But they didn't transfer over. And relying on them 100% is death. It's good if you can get the sales. But it's death if you bet everything on them. Just look at all the fucking online-only fucking gambling simulator games that everyone keeps trying to fucking shove down the throats of normies. They can't get those Fortnite numbers, so shut her down! Shut her down! Shut her down! Let it die on the ground! Did I just make a Lorax reference? Anyway. But, yeah, like, the AAA market it spends so much money. And, like, to me, to be fair, at least when it comes to the West, I could care less. I don't really care. The West is basically dead to me. Like, seriously, Blizzard was like the last good Western company, and they're dead. They're dead. They're born. Watch the fucking ale guy from the Lorax be like, they're dead in ground. They're born. Like, it's gone. The Western fucking AAA market, as far as I care, is burning away, and I could care less because it's some of the most extreme cancer of the fucking industry anyway. I mean, the good thing is, if this all turns out to be bad, then the market will rise from the ashes of this fucking shit. There's no way normies are going to buy $1,000 consoles. If the PS6, the Xbox, whatever the fucking stupid dumbass name you call it, what are they calling it right now? The Phoenix code name, whatever the fuck it's called. They're likely gonna call it something stupid. Let's be honest. They've named everything after the original Xbox stupid shit. So whatever they call that, like, if this shit ends up being almost $1,000, normies ain't gonna buy it. Normies are complaining about buying bread on the table, buying a house and a fucking car right now. You think they're gonna pay $1,000 for a fucking console? And then $70, $80, $100 for these fucking rumored games? Grand Theft Auto 6, $100. Like, the AAA market is going to die. They can't afford this. I have devoted huge chunks of my existence to video games. And even I, sitting here realistically looking at the future of the game industry, at least as we know it when it comes to high-grade games, is in serious fucking danger of existence. Like, honestly, I really think my future is just going to be DRM-free indie games at this kind of way. Now, Again, this is a lot of speculative things based on speculative thoughts, but it is concerning when this console generation, like the PS5, is several years old. The series is several years old. The Switch is several years old. They raised all their prices. I've never heard of a console generation where the prices have gone up as the shit's gotten older. Like, the Xbox has had, like, what, 3 price increases, and it's the loser! It's the fucking loser! And fucking... madness, the world is fucking madness. Everything is insane. I don't even know what reality is anymore. But it's just fundamentally can't work. Shit has to be affordable to meet those kind of numbers that the AAA market fucking just strives and begs for. If they don't have it, then they're not gonna get that money. And that's the problem with, like, you know, these $80 game conversations and shit. Because, you know, you can try and bet and see if people will buy GTA 6 at $100. Some people will buy it. But will enough? I don't know. I ain't buying it. I don't have a Switch 2 either. I don't give a fuck about that piece of shit. I'm always fucking conservative. And until the game key situation fucking vastly changes, I could care shit less about that thing. Now, you could say, oh, Atticus, you're an old man stuck on physical media. The future is digital. The classic young people thing. Now, I'm glad a lot of young people are starting to understand this. And that's good. I'm glad. If you're a young person, like a really young person, you actually are caring about physical media, you're understanding the fact that you want to control what you fucking own and what you in the future can fucking play and use and do. And that's good. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. But look, digital isn't perfect. If it wasn't for DRM-free, I mean, if it wasn't for DRM, digital would be a really good avenue. But unlike, other than like shit like GOG and stuff that actually host DRM-free stuff, it's a worry. And even then, shit gets delisted. Tons of things. We've been seeing lots and lots and lots and lots of fucking things getting delisted. So, even though there's that, which does make it easier for, like, say, if I missed a game that was DRM free, you know, well, it's likely out there with DRM free, even though if it's delisted. But a lot of these games don't get that. They don't get that. They don't get that, and things are becoming more and more annoying. Prices keep going up. Scalpers are ruining our fucking hobby. The very fucking industry is destroying itself. I just don't. Honestly, like, to me, outside indie, like, I feel like the future of gaming is dead to me, it feels like. Maybe there's hope still. I hope maybe that somebody will recognize that, you know, this ain't gonna fucking realistically work. Maybe we should pull back, make things like, you know, maybe we don't need to spend $5 billion on one game. Maybe we could be intelligent. I mean, look at FromSoft. FromSoft uses a huge fraction of the fucking prices these fucking companies do, and they become not only super successful, and it's fraction of the cost because they're not fucking stupid. Fuck. Anyway, I'm sorry this is all a bunch of ranty yelling, but it's maddening. It's insane. It's insane to me. And what's even crazier is the fucking people actually defending this shit. Defending this shit. I swear it has to be the most fucking console fanboying fucking people out there that were defending any of this shit. Look, I for a large chunk of my fucking gaming life, I've loved the PS1, I've loved the PS2, I've loved the PS3. I was okay with the PS4. PS5, you're basically lucky I even fucking bought you. Look, I spent a lot of my fucking time with Sony, but that doesn't mean I can't fucking call out all the fucking bullshit for all sides. Sony, Nintendo, fucking Microsoft, Sega. Like, it's like, this isn't about fanboyism. This isn't about console wars. This isn't about any of that shit. This is about being realistic. This is about being affordable. It's insane. If you have to raise your fucking games to $100, you need to scale back immensely. If consoles have to be $1,000, then you better be shooting for the greatest fucking content on the face of the planet. Or maybe you need to realistically tone it down. I don't know all the answers, but the game industry as it exists right now cannot exist with these kind of prices because they heavily rely on normies. They're everyone. The fucking, like, I can't remember the game they compared it to. But they took Dark Souls and compared it to something else. I think it was the Squire Enix Tomb Raider. I think that's what it was. But I can't remember. It was some fucking AAA thing. But they were like, okay, so this game sold more than Dark Souls, but why is Dark Souls as successful in getting the money? Why this one was deemed a fucking failure? Because there was so much fucking money dumped into the fucking thing. You need realistic expectations, and the majority of the game industry doesn't have anything. There's a reason Ubisoft is fucking sinking right now, because they've had so many fucking games fail to achieve the fucking mainstream audience they need to be affordable at the fucking pissing away of money. Now, you could say, well, maybe that'll teach them a lesson. Maybe they should sit down and be like, perhaps we should be better with our money. And you know, you would have a fair point. You would have a fair point on that. I've been saying that for fucking like a decade. But you know, here we are. Things are ridiculously high and have not stopped at all unless the company sunk. I don't have the perfect answer for everything, but I do still believe what I just said. The game industry, how it runs right now, will not function if they make $1,000 consoles, $100 games. The normies, the everydays, the mainstream audiences, they'll leave. And, you know, as painful and sad, and as horrible as several companies will likely die horrifically, talented and talentless, deserving and non-deserving, it's sad to say that maybe it's needed. I'd hate to really say that, but maybe it's really needed. That the game industry really needs a fucking wake-up call. It really does. And I'd hate to say it, but this is it. I feel like this is really it. This is that wake-up call. This is the knock at the door. We need to sit down and realistically look at our fucking budgets, our CEOs' fucking paychecks, and what the fuck we're doing with all this shit. Because there's so many layoffs. Ubisoft's sinking right now. Who the fuck knows what's happening with Microsoft? That's just the whole fucking, like, book Pandora's box going on right now. And, you know, there's all these rumors about whether the Switch 2 is actually successful or not. You know, it came out, people were saying they couldn't find it and stuff. And now it's like, Woot.com's had several Switch 2 bundles for sale at a discount. Which is kinda suspiciously weird, don't you think? So is there too many Switch 2s? Did Amazon just want to do a good deal? Was it way too many Switch 2s? I don't know. Everything's a fucking mess. I feel like the future of all this shit is just so done. So done. And honestly, I saw it on Twitter. Somebody's fantastic picture. You know the meme with the guy and the girl, they're walking, and you got the guy looking back at another chick. The girl beside him is modern game industry, and the girl he's looking at is the retro industry. I mean, if prices are going up, you might as well just go and buy the scalper shit then. Because the prices are starting to become the same, aren't they, in some cases? I don't know. But I'm at the point where I'm more likely going backwards. This might very well, depending on what fucking Sony does, because right now I have no hope for Nintendo. Like I said, they could change, but I don't really have hope. Microsoft's dead. They're fucking dead. Like, it sounds like, you know, what was that game that came out? It was like Wed something on the series. Like, they just pushed it out even though they should have probably just canceled it. Like, it's sounding like, you know, it's like they're so late into this next Xbox console that they're just pushing it out, but it's basically going to die. Like, it doesn't sound like it's going to do well at all, so honestly, like, I feel like if Sony doesn't really do a very smart thing with the PS6, this might be the real final console era I may really bother with. I may just fucking ditch it. But something has to give. Prices can't keep going up. Well, we'll, like, I don't know about some of you other people overseas. Like, you know, I'm speaking from a Western point of view here. Like, some other countries out there, the shit even costs even more. Some countries, the shit's always been ridiculous for fucking years. So I don't even want to imagine what it's like right now for some of them. Something's gotta give. The majority of us in the world are not being paid more. But prices are going up for everything. Taxes are going up for everything. Shipping is going up for everything. Tariffs are going up for everything. And there's only so much money to go around, just like players in Fortnite. So, you know what, game industry? You better think real hard about what you're strategically doing here. Because if you still have to rely on that mainstream money, well, you're probably just fucked. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Stop by the Velvet Room again. And let me know what your thoughts on the matter are. Because it's a fucking mess to me. Oh, Lord. Everything's burning in flames. Flames!